agenda is introduction to AI, benefit of AI in modern business, integrating AI with MuleSoft. After that, we are going to have a demo session, and after that, we are going to have a trivia time as well. And in the end, we are going to take a Q&A session as well. So let's move forward with introduction to AI. So what is AI? So AI enables machine to mimic human intelligence, like understanding languages, recognize image, or even solve problems. Just like human improves with experience, AI identify patterns in data and get better at tasks as it learns. AI is also way smarter and faster than human in certain tasks. We can take an example of Siri in our iPhone and Google in Android phones. If we want to schedule any appointments or call a friend or even message a friend, just with few commands, it can happen in just seconds. AI is also faster and smarter than human, as I already explained, but it is also learns with data as it learns. AI also automates the repetitive tasks, which saves a lot of time and efforts. Nowadays, if we go to any app or website, in the support section we have a chat bot. In that chat box you can register your complaints, or even if you want to return your order, it can help you. But these tasks were earlier performed by human itself. AI has changed and transformed our world in ways that we could have never imagined, but it is also raising concern about job displacement. But I think so, as we believe that there is nothing can replace a human touch. AI is here to assist and not to replace. With judicious, responsible, and ethical use of AI make it as we can make it as a great servant, but not as a dangerous master. So now we know what AI is. We should move on to how many types of artificial intelligence are there. So we have three types of artificial intelligence. First, we have narrow intelligence. Second, we have general intelligence, and third, we have super intelligence. So, what is narrow intelligence? So, narrow intelligence is also known as weak AI. This AI is designed to perform a specific task or a set of tasks. Unlike human intelligence, this AI is not capable of journal reasoning or understand beyond its predefined function. Like we can take an example of a calculator. The calculator can help us to solve a simple mathematical equation like additional, subtraction, or multiplication. But it cannot answer a simple question like what's the weather today? Or like a spam filter in our emails. Narrow AI detect and block the spam filter by recognize pattern in text and behavior. Next up, we have journal intelligence. So, what journal intelligence is? This AI can perform an intellectual task a human can do with the ability to understand, learn, and also adapt. Like digital assistant. In our household, most of the people have Amazon Alexa, which can not only perform only one specific task, but also perform multiple tasks, like playing music, turn on fans, turn on AC, or even set an alarm for you. Or self-driving cars. So self-driving cars recognize vehicle, people, or object, and it also follows rules and regulations as well. So this journal intelligence can perform multiple tasks at the same time. Last, we have super intelligence. So super intelligence refers to a hypothetical AI. It is capable of outperforming the best human mind in every field. My knowledge, super intelligence is not come in picture right now, but hopefully in future we will have the super intelligence. If we have a super intelligence, then it can able to solve complex scientific problems like finding cure of diseases or even reverse climate change. We have a very good example of super intelligence in one of the movie which I recently watched, which is Finch. In that, there was a man who created one robot to save his dog because the world was ending. So that super intelligence was able to understand human feelings, or even talk like human, walk like human, or even drive like human, drive cars like human itself. So I would highly recommend that movie so that you will be more aware of the super intelligence. So now we know what is AI and how many types of AI we have. Let's move on how this AI helps in business. So these are some pointers which I have added, which benefit in our business. First up, we have automation of repetitive tasks. So AI handle tasks like data entry, invoicing, or customer query, which freeing up employee from strategic works. In today's world, we have platforms like SAP Concur or Bill.io, which use AI to scan invoices or extract relevant data and match them with purchase order for approval. Second up, we have improved decision making. As I already mentioned, that AI is smarter and faster than human. So in today's world, doctor is using IBM Watson Health tools, which analyze patient record and medical history, which assist doctor in diagnosis and also help in treatment plans. Third up, we have customer experience. So in today's world, we regularly use apps like Netflix, Spotify, or Uber. In Netflix, if I like crime documentary, then it mostly recommend me movies of that genre only. Or if I like music like lo-fi music on Spotify, it even create album for me as it create album for me as well on Spotify. Or we can take a very good example of Uber. I mostly travel from Uber, so from Monday to Friday it mostly shows me address of my home place or my workplace, but as we go to our weekend it shows me address of salon or malls as well. So this AI can enhance, it makes the apps and website more user friendly, which enhance customer experience. Fourth up, we have cost reduction and efficiency. So by automating processes and optimize workflow, this AI helps us in cost reduction. Like Salesforce, we can take an example of a Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have Salesforce Einstein, which automates workflow and reduces the administrative work burden. Last but not the least, we have fraud detection and security. So, tools like Dark Trace or CrowdStrike use AI to detect unusual patterns or unauthorized data access to prevent breaches. So, AI helps us increasing the security and also reduction in frauds as well. So now we have gone through how this AI benefit in our business. Let's move on how we can integrate this AI with MuleSoft. So these are four ways by which we can integrate our MuleSoft. First, we have MuleChain connector. Second, we have pre-deployed REST APIs. Third, we have open source model Hugging Face. Fourth, we have self-hosted AI models. Let's move on to mule chain connectors. So there are some connectors which MuleSoft had introduced, like AI chain connector, Amazon Bedrock connector, web crawler, Einstein agent connector, vector connector, whisper connector. So in today's session, we are gonna mostly cover on AI chain connector. So let's understand what AI connector do. So AI connector help developer to integrate LLM and other advanced AI services, and it also support many operations like chat, RAG, image generation, sentiment analyze, etc. The configuration part of all these methods we are going to show you in the demo section. Second up, we have REST APIs. So there are some REST API which is available over the internet like Llama, Mistral, Falcon, ChatGPT, Bloom, and many more. Some of them are open source and some of them are subscription based. You can use any of them according to your need. Third up, we have Hugging Face. So what Hugging Face is, it is a platform and an open source library for building, training, and deploying learning models. Here you can have many tools or models, which we are going to show you in the upcoming slides. Last, we have self-hosted AI model. Self-hosted AI models refers to the AI models that are deployed and run on our own intersystem instead of relying on the third-party services. It keeps sensitive data secure, and we will have the full control over the model behavior and performances. Some self-hosted models which are available in the market is Olama, Stable Diffusion, and Focus, and many more. Uh, In today's session, we are not going to cover the self-hosted AI model. Hopefully, in the upcoming AI session, we are going to cover this as well. So this is all about the theoretical part. If you have any question, just drop your questions in the chat. I will be happy to entertain those. So I'm gonna pass the floor to Akansha Malchanda, and she is gonna demonstrate the use case now. So thank you.
Thanks, Samriti. Let me quickly present my screen. I hope my screen is visible. So let us quickly move through the overview for the use cases. So our first use case is automated resume screening with AI and MuleSoft integration. So this will automate the resume screening process for identifying the ideal candidates, reducing the manual efforts, as well as accelerating the recruitment. So the problem statement here is in the fast-paced hiring landscape, manually going through resumes is not only tedious but also leads to delay in the process. So this use case will automate that process. Now we can move over the prerequisites. So first prerequisite is we need to have an S3 bucket configured for storing the resume. Suppose there is a company that is accepting a numerous job application for the specified roles, and many candidates will be applying for the same role and through the website. Now that website is internally linked with the Amazon S3 and the resumes will be stored over buckets. Second, we need to have one Salesforce dev org set up so that we can have the candidate details stored over Salesforce. Third is we need to have Gmail app password to enable the email notification so that we can inform the registered candidates that if they're selected or if they're rejected. Fourth, we need to have one MuleSoft AI connector module configured. The dependency should be configured in the configuration XML so that we can load the connectors and we can use them. For making the connection with the for making the test connection successful, we need to have one access token so that we can make the connection. Now Samriddhi will show you how we can generate the access token and we will go through the documentations for MuleSoft AI connectors. Over to you, Samriddhi.
Sure. So, first of all, we need to go to the Mistral AI website. Here you can see we have the documentation present. You can go through with the documentation of this Mistral AI. After that, you can see we have a one API tab as well. If you go to this API tab, you can see that we have a post URL which you can hit, and here is the request body as well. And below you can see we have a response body as well. You can go through with the schema also for the request as well. Akansha will also explain some of these like model, temperature, max token in the POC part. So to generate the token, you need to go to this La platform tab. If you click on this tab, you can see we have a API key section. If you will click on this, we have a create new key button. If you click on this button, there is a key name. You need to provide the key name, anything you want to add, and then the expiration date of this key as well. And then you need to click on the create key, and the key will be created for you. Just copy this key somewhere in your notepad or in your local system so it won't get lost, because after this it gets encrypted. Like you can see over here, we have already created the meetup key for you. And here is the delete button as well. If you want to delete the key and make a new key, you can do it as well. Just keep in mind this token will take like 24 to 48 hours to get activated, so just create this key before you want to use it. After that, we have this Mule AI chain connector. This is the website of it. If you go on this website, you can see we have many connectors like AI chain, Einstein, which I already covered in the theory part. Today, we are going to mainly focus on this AI chain connector. So if you go to the connector overview part of this, yeah. So here is the documentation for Mule AI Chain Connector, and what LLM it support is Azure OpenAI, Mistral AI, Google Gemini, Hugging Face. So we have already gone through with the Mistral AI one. Same token we are going to use it in this LLM to integrate it with MuleSoft. So if you go to the support operation section, here you can see we have multiple operations over here, and the operations which we are using in today's POC is sentiment analyze, chat answer prompt, and drag load document, which Akansha is gonna present you in the POC part, like how we are gonna configure it with the connector level also, and also the Mistral token where we are storing in our POC. So over to you, Akansha.
Thanks, Samriddhi. So let us quickly move through the implementation. First, we can go through the configurations. So this is we are using Amazon S3 connectors, and for this we have made the configuration. For this, we require access key, secret key, as well as the region in. How we can get that? We just have to go to Amazon S3 account. Over the profile, we can see that there is one option as security credentials. When we will when we will be clicking over this, as a root user, we will be having an option to create access key. When we will click here, and after ticking the checkbox, we can create one access key. For now, I have already have one created and configured it in my studio. Second is we are using uh, MuleSoft AI connector. For that, we are having configuration as LLM type is Mistral AI. As we see, there are multiple options: Anthropic, Azure OpenAI, GraphQ OpenAI, Mistral AI. So for now, we have continued with Mistral AI. The config type, there are two options for the config type. First is environment variables, and second is we have configuration JSON. For this, we have configured the environment variables, and we are passing the Mistral AI key that we have generated from the platform itself into the runtime. After that, we are we are using generating the present URL, so that suppose there is a whole team for management, and every person, so that they don't have to go to the Amazon S3 for seeing the resumes. They can just have the present URL on Salesforce, and they can download the PDF for the resume. So this is all about the configuration. We can move through the flow. So when we will be upserting the resume into the Amazon S3, the flow will trigger. So for that, we need to just type S3. And for that, we need to have one bucket configured. For now, I have created one bucket, that is new candidate resumes. And we can upload the file from here. So once this is uploaded, the platform event will be triggered. So now what we are doing is we are just writing the PDF file that we have obtained from the Amazon S3, and it's in binary format. So we will be, after writing it in local system, we are requesting the AI chain connector to get the specified details from the resume on the basis of the prompt that we have explained here. So first, let us write it in local. So now we can see in the defined path that the file is already written. So this is the folder, and resume, we can see one PDF is generated with the resume itself. Once this is written, we are setting the configuration for providing in the RagLog document connector. We can just paste here and can see the data that we are sending is as a prompt that we want to extract the following fields: name, email, phone number, skill and strength, address, and the probability. So also we are specifying if the probability is between 0 to 80, the candidate should be as selected. If it's between 60% and 79%, it should be selected as rejected, and else it will be manual, so that management can see what they have to proceed with. Second is the context path. It's the whole file path which we need to pass. That needs to be embedded into the files too. Next, we have file type. So the version 0.1.0, it supports PDF, text, as well as the URL. Next is model name. We are using model name as Mistral largest AI. So we are having a lot of options, that is medium, small. So as per our current use case, we are going with the largest model, as it will be able to handle the complex prompts. So once the prompt has been set up, we can just request the RagLog document connector to generate us the specified details that we have specified. So now we can see that the uh, details for the candidate has been already came up with the specified details, that is candidate name, email, phone number, as well as the status, that is this is selected candidate. Now we are setting the payload for the pre-signed URL, and what we need to pass is bucket name, file name, method, duration, as well as the duration unit that we will be upsetting back into the Salesforce. So the duration will be like till how many days we want it to be active. Now we are just inserting all the details for the candidates into the Salesforce, and that will be the end of the flow. As we can see in the Salesforce, that one of the resume has candidate details has been inserted, and when we will be clicking over here the pre-signed URL, we will be getting the PDF for the resume. So this is all about first part. Second is like if the candidate has applied for the role, they will be getting the notifications if they're selected or rejected. So what we're doing is we have one scheduler that will get the details for the candidates from the Salesforce within a week. So let me run the scheduler. So it will query from the Salesforce, and it after getting the selected and rejected candidate details, it will move to the subsequent subflows. It will traverse over the details. So here we are using chat answer prompt. The configuration is same that I have earlier shown. Just the difference is so in the chat prompt we are sending the text as a prompt. So it don't accept the files. It's just a text plain text prompt. So we are asking the chat prompt to generate us one HTML email template to inform a candidate that they have been shortlisted for the job or if they are rejected for the job. So this chat prompt will help us in generating the email template as per the prompt provided. And it will send the email to the candidate. So now we can just check it out that the email has been sent mentioning that the candidate has been selected with the exact template that chat prompt has provided us. So this is all about part one, use case one. So now we can quickly move to the use case two. So the business use case is automatic feedback management and product updates with AI integration. So this POC demonstrates how MuleSoft can be combined with open source LLMs as well as Salesforce can revolutionize the feedback management and product updates. This not only saves time and efforts but also boosts the customer satisfaction, providing the competitive edge for various industries, example sales, manufacturing and e-commerce. So the problem statement is nowadays company receive large number of reviews as well as feedbacks across multiple platforms, and modern business usually face issues in handling it efficiently. Often negative or neutral feedbacks get overlooked, leading to the missed opportunities for the improvement. So this will streamline the feedback management product update process, as well as it will provide the actionable suggestion generation using AI. It will also provide the analyze for the sentiments. So the prerequisites for this is we need to have one Salesforce dev org setup, and for that we are using standard objects and custom object as per our use case. For custom object, we have created one of the platform event that will trigger whenever the external field will be updated or it's updated created. Second, we are using the pre-deployed REST APIs, access tokens that we have done for Mistral AI also. First is Mistral AI, second is Hugging Face. Mistral AI, we have already seen how we can generate the token. For Hugging Face, now we can go through the process. Samriddhi will take over and she'll show how we can generate the access token.
Thanks, Akansha. So, to create the token for Hugging Face, first of all, we need to go to the Hugging Face website. Let's just quickly go on the website. Perfect. So if you see over here, we have multiple things, models, data set, spaces, posts, and also documentation. So if you want to go to the documentation, you can read the documentation if you go to on this tab. And for the models, if you see over here, there are multiple models on the left side, like audio to text, text to audio, image to text, text to image, image to image as well. According to your need, you can go to any of these and use any of the API as well. But for that, we need to create the token. So to create the token, you can see over here on your profile, there is an access token tab over here. You need to click over here and then just give the password, click on confirm. And here, same like we are doing for the Mistral, we need to do for the Hugging Face as well. First, we need to click on this create new button. And here we have three token types, fine grain, read, and write. Fine grain, in this fine grain, we can have the both the accesses for read and for write as well. But for the in the read one, we can only have the access for read, and on the write one, we have the access for the write one. In today's POC, we are using the read access for this. So if you go on this read access, can you click on this read? Yeah, perfect. So you need to give the token name. You can give any name and click on create token, and the token will be created for you and it will be activated in 24 hours, same as Mistral, and you can save it in your local cause it will be encrypted. So that is all. It's a very simple process. And now Akansha will show you where we are storing this token in our POC. So over to you, Akansha.
Thanks, Samriddhi. So now we can move over the use case for the second one. Firstly, we can go through the configurations. So firstly, we are using the Salesforce connector, and for this, we are using the basic authentication connection. For that, we usually require username, password, as well as security token for making the successful connection. After that, we are using the pre-deployed REST API for the Hugging Face. And for this, we are using text to image model. We will be sending text as a prompt, and that will generate us the image. So let us quickly move through the configuration. So the API that we are using is huggingface.com. For the MuleSoft AI LLM configuration, we are using LLM type as Mistral AI only. And the config type for now we are using is configuration JSON. So there are two options. First, we have already gone through, and for the configuration JSON, we have to create one of the file that is in Mule resources folder, and we can pass our key there. So there is one file created, that is environment vars, and here we have stored our Mistral API key. From here itself, it will be getting and making the connection. So after that, we are having model name. For this, we are using Mistral large latest model. And after that, we are having temperature. So the temperature is about the randomness of the response. So basically, the range defines from 0.0 to 0.7. If we're having it as 0.7, it will give us the random responses every time. And if we'll be having it as less, suppose we are having it as 0.1 or 0.2, it will provide a standard response. So now we can quickly move through the process. So for this, we need to have one project created into the Salesforce object. So let us quickly create a product. Suppose we are having product as OD car. And the product code we are defining is 0.2. Design text that we are having is exterior of OD car. So we can save this. Once this is created, we can see that the custom review object is related to this object. And we are also having files option to observe the image. So now it will retrieve all the product details from the product object. And on the basis of design text that we have provided, on the basis of that prompt, it will be requesting the Hugging Face to provide us the image. It will take some time, and as per our flow we can see that once the image is generated, we are inserting it into the content version object, and after that we are making the connection with the product ID that will be linked to the product itself. Once the image will be generated, it will be inserted in Salesforce. So after that, what we are doing is we are just having one scheduler flow. Whenever the customer will be adding their respected reviews after seeing the image, they will be able to provide the reviews. After getting that, it will just analyze the sentiment using the sentiment analyze connector, and once we have received the analyze sentiment, it will upsert that back into the Salesforce. And then we are checking if that is neutral or negative. Then we are requesting for the Mistral API to generate us the response that what can be done better for the specified prompt. And that we are upsetting back into the Salesforce. So now as we can see that image is generated, we are just upsetting it back to the Salesforce. So now we'll say here the image is upserted with the exterior of the Audi car. Now on seeing this, the customer can provide the review. So they can provide any of the feedback that we can have headlights in a good way. So after saving this, the platform event will be triggered and it will query the feedback from the object itself. Once done, it will analyze the sentiment. Sentiment is kind of neutral. It's just a suggestion. So now it will move to the condition that we have specified. If it is negative or neutral, it will be requesting the Mistral payload. As we have gone through the documentation for the schema, so it suggests that we need to provide the model, and currently we are using the Mistral large latest model. After that, the messages part is mandatory that we need to pass. As for the messages, we need to pass the prompt, what we need to provide the Mistral AI. So for now, I'm just requesting the AI to improve as per the mentioned review from the customer. And also have specified the limit that it should be between 220 characters only. So now it will request the Mistral AI and will generate us the response. So yeah, it's the end of the flow and we can see that the reviews has been updated. with the sentiment response, as well as what can be done better to improve that. So this will improve the process, it will automate that, and also it will require less staffing process. So this way we can be just automate with the sentiment analysis, and can use the AI to make everything easy for our life. So yeah, that's all about demo. I'll pass over to Komal Preet. Over to you, Komal. Thanks.
Komal, you are not audible.
Oh, sorry. So thank you so much, Akansha and Samriddhi, for wonderful explanation and demonstration of the whole use case end to end. So yeah, so now we can move forward with the trivia. So we have 20, excluding four of us, we have 19 participants. So Kapil, you can share your screen and we can start trivia.
Let's see how many of you were listening to this
Yeah.
session of ours.
Uh, okay, so Rakshak Bhardwaj, you can get recording of this meetup on the meetup URL only. I can share that in the chat also. So now the question on your screen is what type of authentication mechanism is typically used to securely access the Mistral AI model via REST APIs. You have 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Correct answer is API key. So Dheeraj is leading. Then we have Preetham, Divesh. So the next question is AI cannot detect unusual patterns in transactions to prevent fraud in real time. Is it true or false? So four people answered correctly. Dheeraj is still on first position. Next question is, what are the file types supported by Ragload document connectors? Is it text, YAML, URL, PDF? Let's see who will answer this correctly. Oh, three people. Like so many people have two people have answered it correctly, like all the files. Yeah, Dheeraj is still on top. Now, what are the configuration types supported by the MuleSoft AI chain connectors? Is it configuration JSON, configuration XML, environment variables, configuration YAML? This question will test your knowledge. Answer is configuration JSON and environment variables. Now, the last question is which movie features a robot that learns and makes autonomous decisions in a post apocalyptic world? Bahubali, Hum Saath Saath Hain, Finch, or none of these?
Everyone will know this answer. And if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Apple TV. It's a very good movie.
Somebody said Bahubali. So we have our winners on the podium. Preetham and Dheeraj on the first position. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for joining this session. We really appreciate. Can we have one selfie, everyone? I know it's too late, but yeah, can we have? Uh, I can enable presenter mode for everybody whosoever feel comfortable can turn on their camera. Please turn on cameras if it's not too late for you guys.
I know it's a Friday night, but it would be a great thing
We
if we
really appreciate
can
you
get
joining our session.
will able to capture a pic.
So, Rajvinder, can you turn on your camera?
Yeah. Couple, you can also turn on your camera. We'll really like to see your face. Yay.
Yeah. See, cheese? Great. Thank you so much for joining and wonderful session, Samriddhi Kancha.
Thanks, guys. That was a great session. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much.
It was very good session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Point and very good.
Thank you.